Woo, okay, baby. Okay, baby. Right, you guys gotta let me know when you get in here. Can you guys hear me? If you can, drop me a comment letting your boy know. We got some people in here. Jeez, we already got nearly 400 people. We live, baby? Are we live? Let's speak about Workhorse, baby. What is happening, investors? Boom! Get in here. Drop me that comment. Let me know you in here. Hit that juicy like button as well, guys. Let's go. Boom! All right, everybody wants to find out about Workhorse. I'm going to give my thoughts. I'm actually going to record another video after this one. I have 2 videos coming out today on this live stream. We grinding, baby, but we're going to do it live. Of course, my friends. Of course. Wait, right, everybody's still spamming the chat. That's good. Let's go, baby. Why not? Just spam that chat, baby. Hit that juicy like button. Spam the chat. You guys do you. First thing I want to say for everybody who's here early, I'm not upset about what's come out so far whatsoever. We're actually starting to make a little rebound as well. In my private Discord, I was saying I think today was very good news for the long term. For the short term, it could be rocky. That's what I've been saying in my Discord, and that's what I'm going to be standing by. Boom, people are rocking the merch. Everybody's showing up in the chat. We're up to 600 viewers. We got 150 likes. Come on, boy. Let's get 200 likes. Come on, my friends. I have the call ready to go. Can you guys hear that lovely music? That lovely waiting music that I've had on for nearly 13 minutes? I actually need to make sure you guys can hear that. Drop me a message now saying that you can hear that. I see a yes, I see a no, I see a yes. Yeah, everybody can hear. Okay, cool. I'll make sure it's loud enough and stuff when the actual call starts. Don't worry. I can bring the microphone down. I'll make it louder. Don't worry. It's very quiet. It is quiet music, to be honest. That's a little bit louder now. All right, everybody can hear it. Okay, cool. Boom, 700 viewers, 200 likes. Appreciate you all being here. So look, before we have like 15 minutes before earnings come out, we're just going to chill. I want to do most of it live, but you've probably all seen this at this stage. What do I think of this? So this is obviously their third quarter 2020 results. A couple of really promising things and a couple of things that have upset me to an extent, okay? First thing, obviously, is this massive news. Purchase order for 500 delivery vans from Pritchard. If you guys don't know who they are, get to know who they are, baby. This is massive. Absolutely huge. And remember, I've been reminding you guys about Hitachi every single week. Boom, baby. They're going to pay for themselves. No problem whatsoever. A sentence some of you guys may not have seen. We see this initial. What does initial mean? It means there's going to be more vehicle purchase as being the first of many future orders, and look forward to growing with Workhorse in 2021 and beyond. Beautiful, okay? That's why at the very start of this stream I said the news I've seen today bodes well for Workhorse long term. Short term's looking rocky. I ain't going to sit here and lie to you guys. It's looking rocky. What's the stock price doing now? It's been up and down. I was watching this pre-market. We were up 2%. We were up 7%. We were down 4%. As of right now, we're down nearly 3%. It is what it is, baby. Make sure we're not live yet. Yeah, I'll be quiet. Don't worry. I'll actually mute myself. I'll mute myself when the call's on. Don't worry. Now, this is the big concerning thing to me. The thing that I didn't want to see. If you watched my video for Q3 expectations, I brought this up. Previously, we projected 300 to 400 vehicles to be produced by the end of 2020, mostly in the fourth quarter. Although we will still manufacture and deliver vehicles in Q4, it will be a substantially lower amount than our previous guidance. We're unable to give a specific estimate for the following reasons. We'll go through the reasons in a sec. Obviously, that's not what anybody wanted to see, is it? I mean, we all wanted to get that guidance reaffirmed. It's not happening. It is what it is, my friends. Look, this is Workhorse. This is volatility. This is high risk, high reward investing. It's going to be a rocky few days, in my opinion. Now, there's a lot of good news in the market in general. Everybody, I'm sure, is aware of Pfizer. The market in general has been good, but it seems to be dipping off a little bit now. I'm fine with this. I'm absolutely fine with this. Again, not what I wanted to see. It is what it is, baby. We're not getting best case scenario. It'll be all right. Right, where are we at? Jeez, nearly 1,000 viewers. Oh, and George Cook with the dono, my man. Hi, Brian. I'll be holding for donkey years. You know it, George. I mean, I'm the exact same, baby. I'm going to be holding Workhorse for a long time. That's why I'm actually okay with everything that I've seen today, because as I have already said, long term today, in my opinion, is good. Short term, it's most certainly not, baby. It is what it is. Please hit that juicy like button. Make YouTube push this live so that we can hit 1,000 viewers, because having 1,000 viewers is pretty cool. Yeah, trading 212 is down. Mine's been coming in and out. It's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. Let me check if mine's back up quickly. Let me check if mine's back up. Because I was, if you're in the Discord again, you know that I plan on buying some stonks again soon. Oh, it's still down, baby. What are you going to do? Nicholas Shanks prefer low risk, high reward. Doesn't really exist as much as high risk, high reward, though, does it? You can get low risk, decent reward. Yeah, Biden will be taking credit. 1,000 viewers. Boom. Appreciate you all being here. Discord's down. My Discord's working. Trading platforms in the US are down too, my financial friend is saying. Crazy day. Absolutely crazy day. What is this about, my friends? Let's just listen to some nice classical music. We chilling, baby. We chilling to the classical vibes. What's up with the video quality? I don't know. Is it not good? We'll be all right. Everything's down. Everything's down. Oh, my internet's a little bit weird today. Jeez, why is that? Why is it doing this to me today of all days? M1 Finance was down 2. T212 have been off. Jeez, pretty much all of the brokers are down. I wonder why that is. There probably is an awful lot of volume going around today, to be fair. Maybe they just can't handle it. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what they have to say on the call, in all honesty. Really excited. The video is very distorted. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm really sorry about that. But look, you don't need to see my video. This is all about Workhorse, baby. Yeah, exactly. As long as you can hear me and you can hear the call, that's what's going to matter. Is the audio cutting in and out? That really is not good, though. That is not ideal whatsoever. Obviously, with different internet. USPS contract still on the table? Of course it is. And until we hear otherwise, of course it is. Everything I've said on that in the past still stands, baby. Vanguard's down. Jeez, everything's down. What is this about? Right, 10 minutes. 10 minutes till we get to hear what is going on. TD Amorite's down. Jeez. Some people saying the audio is shaky. Some saying it's all right. Drop me a comment, guys. If it's really bad, I'll try to change internet quickly, but I'm fairly sure I'm on the best one right now. If it is shaky for you, though, I'd rather try change it now before before the call comes in. Fidelity's working for this guy right here. Will I buy more if it drops lower? Workhorse, $15. Below $15 has been my price target for a while now. All right, most people saying the audio's... It's 50-50 with the audio. This is really weird. Let me close down my Discord or just mute it. Right, we're okay. No issues here. I would try to fix it. Right. I'll try one of my other internets really quickly. Hopefully it doesn't drop the stream, or else I'm going to be extraordinarily sad. Okay, I'm connected. Okay, we should be back. We should be back, baby. Right, let me know if it gets better now, my friends. Eddie with the $3. Super chat equal Jack buy a more Workhorse. Jack's buying more Workhorse one way or the other, especially if we do go sub 15. If you've been watching my last few videos, you know that's a price target I'm looking at. Right, let me know if that audio is better, my friends. I'm on a different internet now. All right, we're going back up slowly but surely. We're back way better. Okay, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. Maybe now we can hear this lovely classical music. Come on, come on. Oh, high quality classical music, baby. That's what it's about. Much better. Okay, awesome, awesome. Love it, love it. All right, perfect. Right, we'll stick with this internet then. But yeah, guys, so look, a few minutes. Well, these things usually start a few minutes late, so it could be another 10-15 minutes. Who knows? But guys, I mean, what I've been saying for a few videos now, Did you invest in Workhorse for their Q3 earnings or for their long-term prospects? Just answer me that question. That's all I want to ask. Did you invest for the Q3 earnings or for the long-term prospects? Nobody's going to tell me they invested for the Q3 earnings, baby. So why are we all panicking so much? Because I think it was actually completely fine. The best thing about it, obviously, was this big 500 truck order. This is amazing. This is awesome. I'm starting to think Jack does get sponsored by Workhorse. Well, you, George Leos, are an idiot, my friend. And everybody else who comments anything like that is also an idiot. Long term, baby. Yeah, if you tell me you invested for Q3 earnings, man, you crazy. You crazy. What, trading 212's back up, I see some people saying? Yeah, guys. I mean, I don't get paid by Workhorse. Let's make that very clear, guys. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the live stream, though. I mean, I figured I had to go live for Workhorse earnings, baby. How do I make an insult sound so friendly? I don't know, man. I just do what I do. But yeah, no, I'm just getting sick of those comments. I mean, if I'm making money, I'm going to let you guys know. That's it. I should be making $10,000 tomorrow for a sponsored video, but I'm not doing it, you know? So, yeah, there we go. When do I see this doubling to $40? Man, I'm not setting price targets in the upwards direction, pretty much. I love the fact, though, that so many of you guys know. Oh, no, Joseph just did us all. He did us all. Workhorse doesn't have enough cash to pay Jack. Bro, do you see what they have on the balance sheet now? Where is it? It was down here somewhere. Where's it gone? I think it's like 280 million in cash. We'll find out about that later on. No, Charlie, whoever that was speaking about me being paid by Workhorse isn't kidding. Trust me, I get it every single day. Jack is sponsored by Brian. Don't be exposing me like that, my friend. Oh, Joseph, if that's okay, I'm sorry, my friend. I didn't mean that you're an idiot. You're probably a really nice guy. But I get so many comments like that daily now that are serious that, you know, I've just started calling people idiots. So my apologies to you, Joseph. You're a true legend, really. 6.2 million shares by BlackRock. Let's go, baby. Right, come on. We're so close. I'm still really excited. I know a lot of people are bearish today. I'm excited. But dude, let's reiterate the fact I'm long on Workhorse. Very long on Workhorse. Where is Slump? Yeah, if Slump was here, Workhorse would be in the green, baby. I should have an endurance truck. I might get an endurance truck someday. You never know. Damn, nobody can get into their brokers. I wonder why this is. Because if it was just trading 212 or just Weeble, I'd understand. But all of them? Thoughts on Pfizer? I'll try to speak about this in a video soon, but obviously very good news. But I don't think it's good enough to change the world yet. 90% isn't good enough to change the world, I'll put it that way. Oh, Ryan, you want me to shout? Let's speak about Workhorse, baby? Look at the start of the stream. I probably did my loudest shout I've ever done in my life. Free trade is slow today. Why is everything to do with stonks going slow today? I don't get it. Boom, we got 1,200 people in the chat. Guys, please hit that juicy like button. Let's see if we can get the 500 likes. That is 134. I might be being optimistic, to be fair. Yeah, my trading 212 is down, guys, as well. Don't worry. It's not just you. It's literally everybody. There's a few people getting in. I got into it once, but it didn't even show my portfolio, so I just closed it. Yeah, we hitting that juicy like button. We're up to 420. We're up to 420, baby. You didn't. If you're just joining now, my friends, you haven't missed anything. We've just been chatting. I did kind of give my thoughts on a few of the things that are happening, but this is what we're waiting for. This is what we're all here for. Right, guys, when it starts, okay, if you're in here now, I want comments let me know that you can hear it, okay? Because I need to make sure you guys can hear it. Because I haven't really done anything like this before. Oh, Workhorse is green. You see, it is what it is. I bet you as well, when all of the brokerage open back up, a lot of retail investors, a lot of me and you guys want to buy right now. So, yeah, it probably will go up a bit. Just bought some more. There's another guy. We can hear it. I can hear. Are you wearing pants or just a sweater? Ellie, why do you think I don't stand up during my videos? No, realistically, I'm wearing pants. Don't worry, guys. It do be like that. Look, guys, what do I always say on the channel? It is what it is. It is what it is, baby. Yeah, we're green. Oh, we're red again. Oh, we're green by 0.02%. Wow, incredible. Pfizer crash trading platforms worldwide. That could be right. What's SPCE doing? I just want to look at Workhorse, but if SPC is doing something, I want to know. 7%. We take that, baby. We take that. That must have been from my video, because obviously I have the ability to move stocks, as most of the YouTube comment section seems to believe. Pants reveal at 100k subs. Pants reveal at 100k. Maybe. I'll see if I don't know if I can do that. Ismail with the euro. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Ooh. I've never been so excited to go up 0.07%. That's what Workhorse does to us, guys. That's what Workhorse does to us. You're way better than Kramer. Kramer does his thing. Kramer does his thing. Yeah, no, Richard Branson did sponsor me the other day, actually. Yeah, he dropped me a few milli. But I didn't disclose it because I didn't feel like it. What's SBE doing? Oh, come on. We'll have a look at these really quickly because I'm actually as interested as you guys. Boom, 5.7%. I spoke about them recently too, so I obviously am the sole reason they went up. Starting now. Is it actually? Usually these things start a few minutes late. That's some good music, baby. Boom, boom, let's go. I am not your normal stock market channel, am I? Holy moly, up 5 point. Oh, geez, starting soon. Come on, baby. Come on. Start for me. Start for me. Brandon Shepard with the $5. Appreciate you so much, brother. Thank you for that. I appreciate the 5 so much. Wait, somebody said it started. You're definitely trolling me. You just want to hear the classical music. Robin Hood down too. Everything's down. So cool to see you excited. I'm smiling just because you are. I'm excited today, baby. I mean, I really am. Again, I know short term anything can happen, but you guys probably know at this stage, I don't mind some red. It's absolutely fine by me if I'm going to hold these guys for a long time. To be honest, guys, I'm more excited about this than I actually am about this call. I think this could be huge going forwards. Mozilla with the $5 super sticker, my guy. Thank you so much. Everything's up. Okay, a few people are saying a few of their brokers are back up. Some people are still saying they're down. Am I a financial advisor? Yeah, definitely. The $2 super sticker by Kirk. Kirk is a gangster name. Thank you. $2. Appreciate you, bro. Robin Hood down. Everybody, TDs. Everybody going crazy, man. Everybody going crazy. I want to see 1,000 for my daily driver. I do that as well, to be honest. If they'll sell me one, who knows? Maybe one day I'll be cruising in my Workhorse car. Discord is down. My Discord's working. Carnival Cruise up. Boom. We love Carnival. Well, I never invested. I'm a bit salty because I was going to buy them when I hit 8 for the second time, but it is what it is. I'm not even drinking Guinness today, guys. It's too early. It's only 3 o'clock where I am. I do actually occasionally drink water, contrary to popular belief. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, baby. What are we at? 500 likes, nearly 1,500 viewers. Boom. The True Legend Nation is out in full force. Appreciate you guys being here. Is my Discord free? I do have free chats, but most of it is paid for. The links will be in the description of this video anyway, but no, the paid chats is where you get the juicy information. It's 10 a.m. and I cracked a beer. I have another video to record after this live stream, or else I probably would have too, to be honest. What's going on? Come on.
Conference is being recorded. It's now my pleasure to introduce your host, Workhorse Chief Operating Officer, Dr.
Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear?
Thank you. You may begin.
Hey, Melissa, and good morning, everyone. We appreciate you taking the time to join us for our call. Before the market opened, we issued a press release with our results for the third quarter that ended September 30th. Our quarterly Form 10-Q. In a few moments, I'm going to turn the call over to our CEO, Dwayne Hughes, who will provide an update on our business as well as an outlook for the remainder of the year and 2021. Dwayne will then hand the call to our CFO, Steve Schrager, who will walk us through our financial results for the quarter. After that, we will turn it over for questions. But before we begin, I want to call your attention to our safe harbor provision for forward-looking statements that is posted on our website and is part of our quarterly update. The safe harbor provision identifies risk factors that may cause actual results to differ materially from the content of our forward-looking statements. Our 2019 Form 10-K and other periodic filings on file with the SEC provide further detail about the risk factors related to our business. And with that, I would like to turn the call over to our CEO, Dwayne Hughes. Dwayne?
Thanks, Rob, and good morning to everyone on the call. We appreciate you taking the time to join us today. I'll begin first with an update on sales orders. Let me start with the order we announced this morning, a 500 truck order from Pritchard Auto Companies. Pritchard is a 107-year-old premier automotive company who sells more than 30,000 medium-duty trucks annually across the United States. Pritchard is using Hitachi Capital America as their inventory financing arm. This is exactly what we envisioned and anticipated when we teamed up with Hitachi as our boots on the ground with their dealers and network connections. Hitachi will be assisting Workhorse in developing a national dealer network and will support our sales with vehicle financing options for both dealers and fleet customers, including dealer floor plan programs. As a well-known and respected player in the commercial leasing and finance industry, we believe Hitachi can help drive customer orders even more quickly than anticipated. We're also looking forward to benefiting from their manufacturing expertise to further increase our channel sales capacity. A bit more on our Hitachi partnership. As part of an overall production assessment completed by Hitachi, they also recently conducted a dealer survey, and the results could not have been more promising for EVs and Workhorse in particular. 47 dealers in several high EV adoption states responded to the Hitachi survey, a high 43% overall response rate, with 83% of that group indicating an interest in becoming a Workhorse dealer. These dealers already have a strong interest in placing orders. 84% of the dealers, customers, are already asking about purchasing EVs. The top three reasons for their interest are social responsibility, reduced cost of ownership, and new technology. From those 47 dealers, they also already indicated a collective interest in purchase orders in the range from 300 to 500 vehicles. Next, Hitachi has provided an assessment of our manufacturing, operating, and supply chain capabilities, and we are now preparing to implement their recommendations so we can benchmark our operations against best-in-class standards. Hitachi has invaluable expertise in EV technology, smart factory automation, and digital technologies that will certainly help maximize our production efforts. During the quarter, we also had purchase orders come from Fluid Systems and eTrucks LLC. While these customers individually represent smaller companies, we believe these smaller fleet operators represent a major opportunity for additional sales. Pursuing sales agreements with resellers allows Workhorse to expand our sales reach and take advantage of economies of scale that would otherwise be unavailable through individual transactions. Our expectation is that these initial purchases will continue to grow over time as we widen and deepen our distributor networks and further develop our internal sales and external sales channels with our current partners. Next, I'm covering the topic of COVID-19 and its impact on Workhorse. I suspect we are all aware that the U.S. cases of COVID-19 have hit a fourth straight daily record. We at Workhorse, unfortunately, find ourselves in a COVID-19 hotspot. Between November 4th and 5th, our local health officials have reported a total of nearly 5,000 new positive coronavirus cases daily in Ohio and more than 5,000 daily in Indiana. These represent the highest number of new cases in a 24-hour period to date. Our local Ohio health commissioners expect to elevate the warning system to level purple, Ohio's highest warning system level. Ahead of this news, in the first several weeks of October, as part of our previously announced production plan, we added approximately 45 additional personnel to our production operation. The vast majority focused on vehicle assembly production. Shortly after those additions, we had our first employee test positive for COVID-19. Since the first positive test result, we've experienced a severe uptick in COVID-related absences. As of Friday, November 6th, we have more than 36% of our production-related workers test positive for the virus or at home awaiting test results. We continue to take all appropriate measures following state and federal guidelines, including self-monitoring, taking temperatures, mask wearing, social distancing, and routine hand washing. And we continue to add additional measures as we adapt to this ever-changing environment. These measures include increasing our professional sterilization and disinfection services as part of our daily janitorial services throughout the day. Our policy at Workhorse is when an employee is feeling ill, we request the employee be tested and to stay at home until they have test results. If they test positive, then they are to remain home for at least 10 days and are no longer experiencing symptoms. With more than 36% of our production workforce absent for an extended time, we've had a major impact to our manufacturing efforts. So let me shift gears to production. In the third quarter, we produced and delivered the handful of new vehicles we had previously stated we would do. These vehicles are collecting real road miles and providing input from customers, as well as being used to demonstrate performance and capability to new and existing potential customers. Next, as I mentioned earlier, Hitachi has provided an assessment of our manufacturing, operating, and supply chain capabilities. We've also introduced Belcan, a global engineering, consulting, and technical services company, into our operations to complement our production efforts and to assist in the implementation and rollout of the Hitachi recommendations. We will also use their expertise in setting up a high-quality manufacturing environment to reach scaled production more quickly. Previously, we projected 300 to 400 vehicles to be produced by the end of 2020, mostly in the fourth quarter. Although we will still manufacture and deliver vehicles in Q4, we are unable to provide a target number at this time as we have limited visibility for the following reasons. First, COVID. The number of COVID cases impacting our production is the biggest event forcing our production volume change. We are currently experiencing new positive cases on a daily basis, and having more than 36% of our production-related staff currently out, we must protect our employees' health, which requires us to modify the assembly process and limit production support and access to our facilities from the third-party sources. Second is the inability of our primary battery supplier to meet our volumes due to capacity issues and COVID-related slowdowns. Third, a delay in planned assembly staff additions. As part of our Q4 production plan to exceed our goals, we had initiated the hiring process with intent to add as many as 200 production-related workers to cover multiple production shifts. Due to the risks associated with the virus spread, we've had to delay the hiring for now. And fourth is our implementation of Hitachi's production assessment. We have been advised to implement the assessment recommendations sooner rather than later, enabling us to achieve higher volume, higher quality production more quickly. With anticipated additional truck orders by year end, as well as into 2021, along with the current delay we are experiencing, it is critical to put the newly recommended production systems and processes in place now. The majority of the implementation of these systems and processes does not require production-related personnel who have been hit the hardest by COVID-19. Although we've discussed some of our current issues, we view this as only a delay in our progress. We've worked through the issues with the supplier and are introducing additional battery options into our supply chain and expect to have supplemental volume additions in the first quarter of 2021. Again, we can't predict the COVID situation now, let alone in 2021. However, if conditions improve and the virus is not a business issue for us or our suppliers going forward, then we would anticipate producing 1,800 units in 2021. We are certainly encouraged to hear this morning's news that the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine with 90% effectiveness may be available by the end of the month. I'm going to move on to certifications and Q3 results. During the quarter, we received a number of executive orders and certifications from several regulatory bodies, which have helped to expand our sales channels as well as lower financial barriers to entry. Our C-Series vehicles, like the vehicles from any commercial EV operator, have to pass a number of regulatory hurdles, both on the state and federal level, in order to operate on U.S. roads. These certifications, while all meaningful in their own right, represent a significant undertaking on the part of the applicant. Having completed all requirements for nationwide sales and road readiness, we believe our current standing has us firmly in an early leadership position. In July and October, we received multiple executive orders from the California Air Resources Board, respectively designating different C-Series models as zero-emission vehicles in the state of California. Combined with our certificate of conformity from the EPA in March and our Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards certification in June, we are now the first and only medium-duty battery electric vehicle OEM to receive approvals from both the EPA as well as CARB. Having received credentials from both regulatory bodies, Workhorse can sell its C-Series electric delivery vans in every state throughout the U.S. During the executive order testing process, our C1000 extended range achieved an urban driving average of nearly 160 miles and a blended urban highway driving range of 149 miles per charge. Obtaining an executive order was also one of the preliminary requirements in order to be considered for the hybrid and zero-emission truck and bus voucher incentive project, which we also successfully entered in late July. With our eligibility into the program confirmed, Workhorse's C-Series battery electric step vans are eligible for monetary vouchers of up to $50,000 per vehicle. Workhorse is also eligible to receive 2.07 zero-emission vehicle credits for these models. ZEV credits can be sold to other OEMs to help them meet CARB emission standards. Our eligibility for the HVIP program is expected to help dramatically reduce purchasing costs for California-based potential customers. In October, we also received approval from the New York Truck Voucher Incentive Program to offer vouchers for our C-Series battery electric delivery vans of up to $48,328. As Steve will further elaborate on, with the recent financings we've completed, we now have additional capital to deploy in the pursuit of product line extensions. To that end, we recently tasked a team of engineers to work on a prototype C-Series unit with refrigeration capabilities. While we are still largely in the development phase with this concept, we believe that a viable prototype will be met with serious demand, as it would address one of the more common requests we receive from prospects in the retail, food delivery, and supermarket industries. Moving on to Lordstown Motors and our strategic partnership. On October 26th, Lordstown Motors Class A shares began trading on the NASDAQ Global Select Market under the ticker symbol RIDE. At this time, Workhorse maintains an approximate 10% ownership of RIDE, where our ownership is valued at over $310 million at the current market price. Additionally, with the $1.4 billion of pre-orders already secured, as disclosed by LMC, Lordstown also agreed to pay a 1% royalty on the first 200,000 vehicles sold, plus a 4% commission on 6,000 Workhorse pre-orders that transferred to LMC as part of our IP licensing agreement. It's worth noting that LMC has agreed to prepay a portion of the license fee in an amount of almost $5 million. We're excited about Lordstown and look forward to further strengthening our ties with their team. Our ties with their team. Finally, I would like to share a brief update from our aerospace division, which includes our Horsefly delivery drone. The Horsefly unmanned aerial system has been designed to meet the Federal Aviation Administration's stringent standards for commercial drone operations and includes a safe, reliable, multi-use aircraft that can deliver parcels, carry sensors and cameras, and operate autonomously with a high degree of precision. The system's success has been validated through real-world commercial deliveries with real-world delivery customers. These payloads include approximately 80% of most commercial package sizes, shapes, and weights. Our aircraft carries a 10-pound payload up to 10 miles. During the quarter, the FAA accepted our application to enter the FAA's Type and Production Certification process. A type certificate signifies the airworthiness of a particular category of aircraft according to its manufacturing design. In addition to our joint venture with Mode, we've begun working with aerospace consultant Argus, a premier firm with well-proven FAA expertise. FAA type certification is the only path to scaling meaningful, long-term commercial revenue operations in the U.S. For context, from application to approval, the certification process takes approximately 12 to 24 months. I will now turn the call over to Steve to discuss our financial results for the quarter. Steve?
Thanks, Dwayne, and thank you to all who are joining us for today's call. This morning, we issued a press release which discusses the results of our operations for the quarter. Additionally, as Rob mentioned at the top of the call, our Form 10-Q was also filed today. I recommend going through both materials to get more color on some of the information being discussed. Now to our financial results for the third quarter ended September 30th, 2020. Sales for the third quarter of 2020 were recorded at $565,000, compared with $4,000 in the third quarter of 2019. The increase was primarily driven by an increase in the vehicles produced and delivered. Cost of goods sold increased $2.8 million from $1.4 million in the third quarter of 2019. The increase was primarily driven by increases in labor and materials relating to costs for the C-Series production. Selling and general and administrative expenses increased to $6 million from $2.6 million in the same period last year. The increase was attributable to an increase in consulting expenses, higher employee-related costs, and incentive stock expenses. Research and development expenses were $1.6 million, which was in line with our spend in the third quarter of 2019. Interest expense net was $74.3 million, which was an increase of $68.4 million compared to interest expense net of $5.9 million from the same period last year. The significant increase in interest expense was almost exclusively due to fair value of the convertible note and loss on its conversion to stock, and the loss on the redemption of the Series B preferred stock. Both of these GAAP adjustments are non-cash and were dependent on the underlying stock components of the financial instruments. In addition to cleaning up the balance sheet, these transactions also help reduce higher cost of capital from previous financings. Net loss was $84.1 million, compared with a net loss of $11.5 million in the third quarter of 2019. The increased net loss was due to the increase in interest expense net just noted. With these considerations, we believe operating income would be a better indication of operating and cash performance. Operating income during the period was a loss of $9.8 million, compared to a loss of $5.6 million in the first quarter of 2019. As of September 30th, 2020, we had cash equivalents, and short-term investments of $80.2 million, compared to $23.9 million as of December 31st, 2019. Subsequent to the year-end, we entered into and closed a convertible note financing with a group of institutional lenders for gross proceeds of approximately $200 million. The notes are convertible into common stock by the holders at $35.29 per share, as adjusted prior to closing. They mature in 4 years and bear an interest rate of 4% per year, which rate may be reduced to 2.75% if the company meets certain conditions. Interest is payable in quarterly installments and can be paid at the company's option either in cash or, subject to certain conditions, shares of common stock. In conjunction with these efforts, we entered into a separate agreement with the holder of our prior 4.5% convertible notes to exchange the full $70 million outstanding principal amount of those existing notes for shares of the company's common stock. Currently, we have a cash balance of over $260 million. With this cash in place, we can more quickly advance our production efforts by increasing our supply chain component volumes, the hiring of more manufacturing employees, and automating certain sub-assembly processes. Furthermore, we can also accelerate our production timeline for new high-demand customer products, including a refrigeration truck for grocery applications, as well as purpose-built Class 2 delivery van, allowing us to address one of the fastest-growing vehicle markets in the U.S. Finally, we also plan on focusing additional resources toward an expansion of our drone operations. We appreciate our financial partners' faith in us and their support in further solidifying our leadership and reach in the last mile delivery segment. With that overview completed, I will now turn the call back to Dwayne for concluding remarks. Dwayne?
Thanks again, Steve. In conclusion, I'll provide a brief comment, as we always do, with respect to our ongoing participation in the U.S. Postal Service's Next Generation Delivery Vehicle Program. As many of you are well aware, under our NDA, Workhorse is only able to provide information which is already in the public domain. As has been the case throughout this process, any further information or announcements will be issued by the U.S. Postal Service. We appreciate the continued interest we receive and will provide updates to the market as we are able. At this time, we do not have any updates to share. That concludes my prepared remarks. Thank you for all your time this morning. We look forward to updating you on our progress moving forward, and we're now ready to open the calls for your questions. Operator, please provide the appropriate instructions.
Thank you. At this time, we'll be conducting a question and answer session. If you'd like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone key.
Yeah, all in all, it's fine. It's pretty much what we spoke about before. It's still predominantly good news long term, in my opinion. Yeah, obviously they're not going to say anything about the USPS contracts, but I'm going to sit here and listen to the Q&A anyway, if you guys want to as well. Let's see what happens, baby. I'm feeling just as good as I always have. And by the way, I saw a few people worried about my face earlier. That was just me concentrating.
Thanks so much, guys. Can you talk about the qualification process and the maturity of that process for this additional battery supplier? I want to get a sense of how much work is left to do at this point.
I'm sorry, Colin, this is Dwayne. I want to clarify the question. The qualification process in terms of bringing in additional battery manufacturers?
With battery pack suppliers, I mean, it sounds like you're pointing to, a supplier having trouble actually delivering the packs that you were looking for the balance of the year, along with COVID as the reason for some of the slower ramps.
Yep.
So I want to understand how far along you are with this other supplier, if that's early stages or if there's you're pretty much done at this point, just waiting for them to spool up.
Yeah, here's how I would answer that question. One is our current supplier is doing well at finding additional methods to meet our capacity needs first and foremost, and we have seen good success in terms of how their packs are performing in our vehicles, both through the certification testing processes as well as with real life customers here. So we're really pleased with their performance of their pack. Now, with that said, like with any other supplier, we don't want to be single sourced. So we had started some time ago with a series of other potential battery pack suppliers, of which I think there's at least 3 or 4. I'll hand this over to Rob to give more clarity here. But so we didn't just experience this problem and then just get started on that. This has been a work in progress. So I believe that, from my perspective, we're well into it and we'll have solutions in first quarter 2021. But Rob, if you want to add some more details.
Yeah, so, as all BEV suppliers, we always keep our ear to the ground for emerging technologies, who's coming online. And there are quite a few battery suppliers that are transitioning from R&D to production. So for us, we look for someone that can meet production and the quality, that meet our standards. We've designed our vehicle, as we've said before, to be modular, so we can accept different packs. And so we work with these suppliers to make sure that we're getting that optimum battery at a price point and weight and longevity that translates to the warranty. And so, as Dwayne had said, we always have a backup supplier. We've had very good luck with our primary, and it's certainly not a performance issue. But we're looking, because of our volume and increased orders, for secondary suppliers.
Right. And then as you look to move into new applications, can you give us a sense of the cycle time on going through those designs and any qualification of those designs for production? Should we be thinking about that as kind of an 18-month process, or do you think it could be shorter than that, or longer than that?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're like our batteries, our designs themselves are very modular. So the 650, the 1000, the 1200, the refrigerated versions all use the same primary parts, and that filling out of the portfolio, we're doing in a very systematic way. We look for the customers, the potential customers in the market. As was mentioned, refrigeration is really that next step, and we've worked on that. We'll have a prototype coming out, but it is in the 6-8 month time frame to get initial production.
But when we talk about the Class 2 column, that's a little longer timeline. That's the 12 to 18 month scenario. Because that's, I don't want to call it a fresh up design, because other projects that we've worked on that tend to lend themselves towards that Class 2 platform. And in 2018, we did put a Class 2 unit in California and did 5 months worth of actual real life deliveries as a test environment for that. So now that we know that there's a market out there for that vehicle, what those particular customers want in a vehicle, we see the ability for us to, after we get to our initial delivery platforms on this and production numbers on the C series, introducing that Class 2 unit as well.
Okay. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Greg Lewis with BTIG. Please proceed with your question.
Yes, thank you, and good morning, everybody.
Morning, Greg.
Just as I think about the updated 2021 production guidance of 1,800 vehicles, as we think about the pace or the cadence of increases, is there any kind of way we should be thinking about it, whether you want to kind of parcel it out versus first half and second half, or maybe year of end, December 21 kind of run rate? Any kind of way we should be thinking about that as a kind of, as you guys bring production?
Greg, this is Steve. I think the way to think about it is maybe a couple milestones. So I think you look at it as getting to 100 trucks per month by no later than the first quarter of 2021, and then getting to 200 trucks a month by no later than the second quarter of 2021. I think that'll kind of give you a frame of reference how it ramps up.
Okay, and then just, congratulations on the 500 unit order, and you mentioned also, I guess, what was it, e-trucks and fluid systems. Any kind of update you can give us on where backlog is standing around now?
Yeah, I think we have a backlog now of about 1,700 vehicles, so that's good. And like we've mentioned before, Hitachi's out there as our foot soldiers, as is Ryder, and we believe that we'll have more orders, hopefully by the end of the year, but soon.
And then just, knowing that you have the telematics business systems and now the Ryder trucks have been delivered, I guess that was in early July, I believe. Any kind of feedback updates? Have you seen more? What's kind of been the overall, feedback, and has there been more truck orders from Ryder?
From a telematics perspective and, understanding proof of performance, I would tell you that what we're experiencing today is, I think you remember this, Greg, in the initial trucks that we delivered between 2015 and 2017, we averaged about 32 miles per gallon equivalent in those vehicles. And of course, we redesigned the vehicle lightweight and all of the things that we talk about. And the vehicles that are out with the customers today are getting, I'll say, right at or north of 40 miles per gallon equivalent, which just translates to a much stronger ROI as well as total cost of ownership savings. Now, I'm going to segue here and say this. The telematics system that we're using today on our trucks, which is all in-house written, also offers an opportunity for us to commercialize that and actually use that as a recurring revenue stream, rather than providing it as a proof of performance added value scenario to the current trucks. So just as a segue into there, I wanted to say that. But to your point, the vehicles that are out there are performing well. We have gotten good feedback. Interestingly enough, one of the first pieces of feedback we got was Ryder is a couple of those vehicles. They're actually using through their, I think it's called their co-op business, which is where they lease them to fleets for short-term service needs. And where I'm going with that is they actually have a couple of customers outside of the parcel delivery business who lease them for, I'll say, unique projects, which is really opening up further opportunities to expand upon who might use these types of vehicles. As you know, typically parcel delivery, grocery delivery, laundry delivery, office supplies, those are a lot of the kinds of fleets that use these vehicles. And we've been seeing an expansion beyond that through that rental model. So we're pretty excited about the different paths we have to go.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Craig Irwin with Roth Capital Partners. Please proceed with your question.
What?
Good morning, and thanks for taking my question. So, can you talk a little bit about this purchase agreement, whether or not there are commitments to unit deliveries at specific times in 2021? How much of that 500 do we expect to be actually shipped in 21? Or is this much more like your UPS backlog that you have, where 1,000+ units, but there's all sorts of contingencies and commitments that need to be met before we see the full units actually delivered?
Yeah, Craig, this is Steve. So no, this is a 500 unit order. There's not the contingencies that you mentioned before, and I think we anticipate they will be delivered in 2021.
Okay, excellent. And then, we've had several conversations offline about your battery supplier that you had previously announced before. One that, had actually prepaid for a few thousand units. I expressed significant reservations about that supplier with you and said, no, you have a supplier, it's not an issue. So if you had changed suppliers, we're changing again? Or, what did it take in the last, 3 months to discover that all of a sudden you have an issue with your battery supplier where this has been common knowledge in the market?
Okay, this is Dwayne, Craig. I appreciate your question. I would tell you this again. We've been working with other battery suppliers as well. And while we have a primary supplier who had a little bit of a hiccup here, they are quickly reacting to that hiccup, and we don't expect that to last very long. However, we, being good business people, we don't want to be single sourced on anything. So we have identified multiple battery suppliers and have prioritized them in terms of integrating. We have packs, whether they're already being shipped or on order from other suppliers, and much of the engineering effort is either already done or is being done now. And I'll hand that to Rob real quick.
Great. The other issue in beginning to sell and supply these trucks, we nominally supply these with 4 packs each, and a number of our potential customers and orders now have switched to 6 packs. So you're looking at from a 4 to 6 pack, and that's thrown a little bit of a wrench into the supply, in that everybody wants a longer range, which we are able to accommodate. But from our supplier standpoint, it's 50% more capacity that they had to come up with quick. So the good news is we have other potential suppliers. Our current suppliers are still online producing at the rate that they can, and we have choices between a number of qualified suppliers.
So let me just finish with that. That's a really good. Yeah, I was going to say that's a really good point Rob made. Is when we went through the certification processes and we're demonstrating vehicles that get 160 miles on basically 105 kilowatts, we're seeing a lot of interest in switching from existing customers to say, let's do the larger pack or the extended range vehicle as opposed to the standard range, which is 105 miles. So giving them 160 mile range versus 105 is something that they switched to, which caused another issue.
Great. Well, congratulations on that purchase order. That's a nice size order, and we look forward to seeing those trucks rolling on the road.
Thanks, Chris.
Oh my God, that was the best thing that happened today.
Our next question comes from the line of Jeff Osborne with Cowen Company. Please proceed with your question.
Most of them have been addressed, but yeah, I was wondering, I might have missed it. Could you articulate what the Q3 deliveries were, and then maybe just touch on in October, pre the COVID spike, what deliveries were there? It was unclear, with the timing of all the moving pieces between Hitachi, the battery, and COVID, what level of production you had Q4 to date.
So in the third quarter, we had 7 deliveries. 5 went to Pritchard. And then 2 were delivered to Ryder in the third quarter. And from a standpoint of, pre-COVID and all that sort of stuff, I think we anticipated hitting our 300 to 400 target, and both of these kind of came at the same time and changed things substantially.
Got it. And then just how do we think about the allocation towards UPS? It's 1,000 or so of your 1,700 in backlog. It doesn't seem like you allocated any to them, based on your comment just now. Given the concerns that investors have had in the short seller report around UPS in particular, can you just touch on A, your relationship, and then B, why you're not delivering any units to them?
Yeah, this is Dwayne, Jeff. Appreciate the question. It's good to talk to you. No, UPS, we got a great relationship with UPS, and the real key was part of the fourth quarter deliveries, were identified to go to UPS and out in San Diego area, if you will, California. So part of that's under the voucher program and so on. So we still, and of course we notified UPS, of our COVID issue and so on in advance, so that they would have an understanding of what we're doing. So no, UPS remains our premier customer, if you will, because they've been along with us for the longest time. They collaborated with us on this C-Series design. They fully understand that using the old, I always call it 1960s chassis structure as an underlying, factor for the old delivery vans doesn't make sense for moving forward and designing a vehicle of the future. So we feel strong with that. We are happy where we are with UPS. We will be delivering them vehicles, and the real key for them is this: deliver us a high quality vehicle over and over again, right? We've already been through 345 vehicles with them in the past. We understand their business. We understand how they operate. A lot of what we learned from their business is what we designed into these vehicles. So the first vehicle we deliver them, we want to hit it out of the park, and we want to make sure it's right. So the vehicles that we've delivered to date are all about understanding their performance. Do they work for the driver and so on? So we're not using UPS so much as a guinea pig anymore.
It's great to hear, and thanks for the detail there. The last question I had was around the competitive dynamics in the space. So putting aside capital, which clearly you're well capitalized now, there's other folks that have raised capital in the sector or are raising capital. Can you just talk about the timelines, Dwayne, of getting the California and New York certifications, dealing with the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Certification? If you had a truck and a prototype ready to go and you had unlimited capital and you were ready to start series production, but you didn't have any of those items, can you just talk about what your experience is in getting all of those approvals and certifications and what that sort of timeline would look like for competitors in this sector?
Yeah, I'd say at least when you look at it as a whole, right, and you've got to align the testing environment, which happens in different areas of the country, right, and then those test results are given to another group who ultimately provide it to EPA and CARB. You're looking at least a 4 to 6 month process. Could be longer based on access to the testing facilities, the actual, dyno test where they're running multiple thousands of miles. We went through the test actually more than once in order to, for example, when we initially did our first test on the extended range vehicle, I think we got in the neighborhood of 152 mile range. And then we made a software modification that basically turned one of the 2 electric motors off when it reaches its, not max, but its continuous speed. In other words, as long as a driver is not releasing the accelerator or stepping on the accelerator, we can turn off a motor to make the vehicle more efficient. And as soon as they release or step on the accelerator, immediately turn that motor back on. So we moved from like 152 mile range to 160 mile range with that change. but we had to go through that testing process a second time. But I think your question is, what's it take to get through the certification processes that are required to do the things that we've done? And I would tell you, I'd go back to about a 6-month time frame from beginning to end.
Got it. That's helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good answer so far.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Mike Liskey with Collier Securities. Please proceed with your question.
Hello, good morning, guys.
Morning, Mike.
I hopped on a few minutes late, so what I was about to ask you has been already answered. Please feel free to refer me to the transcript. First, the Pritchard order. I'm just a little confused about what Pritchard's role is in all this. Are these orders spoken for with end users, or are they just really an inventory stock up for Pritchard, and it's their job to actually find the end users from there?
Yeah, that's correct. So we appreciate that question, Mike. So Pritchard being a 107-year-old dealership, basically out of Iowa, they sell about 30,000 medium-duty trucks a year. Of course, to date, they've really all been, combustion engine vehicles. So they've been getting, they're a forward-looking dealership that understands, that they're going to have to adjust to the market standards. So they did a great deal of research and so on into other vehicles that they could, possibly floor plan and sell. But given we're in the medium duty electric business, particularly in last mile delivery that extends beyond those sectors, they really viewed us as, the first opportunity to reach into that marketplace. So they will find their own end user customers, as they always do. I mean, they already have a group. They sell mini trucks to FedEx ground contractors, as well as beyond that. So that 500 number is a pretty small number in their mind in terms of number of units to sell.
Okay. I also wanted to just get a few more details on your Q4 outlook here. I guess first I'm a little bit concerned. Were all the vehicles we were planning to build here in Q4 all for FedEx as part of that contract, or were there other customers?
He answered this.
And I guess, are you a little worried about customer satisfaction and making sure that you meet their deadlines? I mean, it's the holiday season. Folks wanted to have their trucks on time to get packages delivered. Were there any reactions from your customers about not having what they needed when they needed it?
No, it's interesting that, to your point, that's a very logical approach. But in reality, most of these fleets, like the UPSs of the world, right, don't like taking vehicles in the fourth quarter, typically after, even leading into Thanksgiving, but particularly after Thanksgiving, because November and December and even early January are very busy months for them. So onboarding new vehicles into their delivery cycles is a somewhat difficult proposition for them. However, as the world changes and things are changing as they are, all of these fleets, whether it's UPS, DHL, and beyond, are all willing to work with us for those deliveries. So in some ways, no harm, no foul, because it's not something they like to do anyway, but are willing to do it. So the more vehicles we get out, we'll have a home for them, but we will also be able to make up for our delay, as we said, in 2021.
Okay. Maybe when you are going out to find new customers for your vehicles, are you finding that there are additional competitors bidding on some of these packages, and that even if they're not necessarily ready with their vehicles, are they just trying to get out there and get business the way that you are today? And can you tell us a little bit about whether other folks' offerings are price competitive with yours?
From what we know, and this is Dwayne again, I would tell you that there's multiple hurdles to get over in order to actually deliver to a customer. The first one is you got to have a vehicle designed and proven to be safe, reliable, and so on before you even deliver it. The second part of that is once you think you have a vehicle that's safe and durable, then you've got to put it through all of the CAFE standards, testings, and so on to get through your certification processes, right? Once you're through that and you're able to then start delivering vehicles, that's where you really learn some things. And that's where our vehicles that we delivered between 2015 to 2017 give us a real advantage. One of the keys to success here is learning their business and knowing as much about their business, or virtually as much about their business as you know about your own, because you've got to satisfy not just leadership at these companies and not just fleet managers, but individual drivers and so on. They've got to feel safe, but not only feel safe, recognize what makes them safer and so on. So putting all of this together, once you put vehicles on the road and you start learning whether it's the performance of the vehicle or where the pedal exists on the floorboard, any number of things, we have a lot of, I'm going to call them advantages in understanding from the learnings that we've gained over the last 5 years. So I would tell you, once they are ready to deliver vehicles, then they've got learnings that will come to them about, okay, what's generation 2 look like for them based on what they just learned out of generation 1.
Got it. And perhaps one last one for me. I know you have great telematics and so forth, but have you talked to any of the drivers or users of your most recent vehicles that have just been delivered and gotten their feel for what their view is of the truck and how it's performing to their standards?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the most recent customer, and I'm going to let Rob jump in here, but, well, all the customers in reality are getting really positive feedback. I mean, everything down to the point where you're talking about a driver who's used to driving this big steel chassis with a big heavy aluminum body and aluminum shelves in it. Just the noise alone that it's created bumping up and down the road as they're going from stop to stop is an incredible amount of decibels of noise. In our environment being, the composite materials we are and so on, we practically, and no combustion engine and so on, we've really eliminated a lot of noise that was well beyond just the engine itself. But Rob, you want to speak to that?
So in addition, this is the perfect task for EVs in that you have a lot of torque at 0 RPM. It's a perfect condition for an electric motor. You don't have the wear items you do on an ICE-based engine. So what we're seeing, we sell with total cost of ownership, but the secondary benefits of being quiet in neighborhoods, easy start stop, good visibility, all low step-in height. These are all huge factors for fleets. And so, we get a lot of positive feedback. We've always said this is like a big golf cart, and it really is. It's surprisingly easy to drive, surprisingly relaxing to drive. So, that's the feedback we get. It's almost funny because somebody takes it out for a test drive. They come back, you open the door, they have the biggest smile on their faces, and they say, I can't believe this. And it really is, as Dwayne said, these vehicles have been in their form since the 1950s. This is the next evolution, and it shows with our customer feedback.
I think one of the testaments I would tell you is we delivered 5 of those 7 vehicles, as Steve said earlier, to Pritchard in Q3. And we've already sitting on a 500 unit order today. I think that speaks volumes as to not just the performance of the vehicle, but the overall acceptance of this new generation.
Outstanding. Thanks so much, guys. I'll pass it along.
Thank you, Mike.
Michael.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our question and answer session. I'll turn the floor back to Mr. Hughes for any final comments.
Put one in your head, sis. I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for that. Thank you for joining us on our call today. We really appreciate you guys. I definitely want to thank our employees, our partners, our investors for their continued support. And we appreciate your continued interest in Workhorse and look forward to updating you on our next call. Thank you, operator.
All right. Now, what do we think of that, guys? What do we think of that in general? Oh, right. I forget everything that happened because when Craig R1 came on, you guys were absolute savages. That was one of the funniest things I have literally ever seen. Oh my days, man. I'm definitely going to get brought up in some reports online. That was hilarious. But no, all in all, I'm happy. I'm very happy. I mean, there's not too many negatives to be taken away. Of course, things went wrong. We're not going to have as good a Q4 as I was hoping for and you guys were hoping for and as we were led to believe we would have. It's somewhat down to the Roni. I think there could be more circumstances as well. I know I'm a big bull and stuff, but I mean, that's a very easy excuse to fall back on. But I do definitely think it would have contributed. Some things definitely would have been out of their control. The order backlog we now have and the 500 guaranteed orders, that's huge. Absolutely huge, my friends. And Of course, I'm actually going to go make a full video on this today, so hopefully I'll have that up within 3 or 4 hours, just so I can, get my thoughts out a little bit better, because when I'm live, it's a little bit awkward. But I do really hope that you guys enjoyed. Man, it was awesome having so many of you guys join the live chat. It's cool being able to watch it together. Please, if you enjoyed it, feel free to hit that juicy like button, my friends. We're all the way up to 740 now, so if you that juicy like button can help me out quite a lot. And I actually have 2 videos coming out today as well. I have one recorded already. That's actually on day now, which is quite an interesting one and somewhat can affect Workhorse. And then I'm going to have a Workhorse video coming out later on as well. So in for a juicy day, my friends. That will be 18 videos in 8 days. The grind don't stop. But oh, guys, that was so funny when Craig Irwin came on. It was absolutely hilarious. I couldn't contain myself. You guys had me blowing up. We just got up to 870 likes as well, guys. Oh, go on. Let's get to 900. Imagine getting to 1,000 on a live stream. That would be absolutely nuts. I had an online class today. Quick summary of the earnings. Guys, if you're looking for a quick summary of the earnings, come back to my channel in 3 or 4 hours. I'm going to have a video up going through everything. All in all, I would say long term, I am happier than I was. Short term, I am worse off than I was. But that could mean I get to buy in at a little bit of a cheaper price down the line. You know what I mean? But I'm not upset by any means of what's going to happen in the short term. I just think it could have gone a little bit better. But hey, that's how it goes, guys. That's Workhorse, baby. 963 likes. You guys are savages. Oh, go on. Get me to a juicy 1,000. Why not? Just for Craig Irwin. For Craig Irwin. Come on. Neo Quarter 3 reports. Yeah, if you guys want me to do a live stream for Neo Q3, I'm happy to do that, guys. Of course I am. Oh, 998 likes, baby. Oh, you guys are insane. I appreciate you all being here so much. And we broke 1,000. Thank you, guys. Genuinely means the world to me. It was. I enjoyed, actually. It was a lot more interesting being able to be here with you guys and reading the comment section as opposed to just listening. So I appreciate that. What? But guys, that was awesome. That was so much fun. I'm in a good mood. I genuinely am very happy with what came out there. So yeah, and yeah, maybe I will do a Neo Q3 earnings report if that's what people want to do. But you guys are legends. 1K likes on a live stream, unheard of for me. And also, I know we got a few donations while I was doing that there. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I didn't bring them up on the screen, but obviously I was just trying to listen to the call and let everybody else listen to the call. But of course, if you donate anything, I appreciate you massively. So I did see it. I saw your name. Know that I'm not ignoring you, basically. And actually, I might have a video going up literally within 10 minutes now. So, if you want a video on Dana, be ready for that, baby. But yeah, I really do hope that everybody has a fantastic, blessed day. I tell you what, actually, right before we go, I'm going to see if my trading 212 is back up. Let's see what the portfolio has done today. I am up about 2.5%. We take that. Oh, right. Right before we go, if anybody wants to send any more shots at Craig, just, drop them now because it is very funny. But it seems like all the brokers are back up as well, which is obviously good. Apple juice break. See you later. Enjoy. But yeah, thanks so much for the 1,000 likes, guys. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Everybody going in on Craig. I wonder if somebody from Roth Capital is in the stream right now, just screenshotting everything, getting ready to expose me. Who is Craig? The kind of person who'll tilt the camera sideways when he takes a picture. Oh, you guys savages. You guys savages. He wears Crocs around his gaff. Oh, no, don't do him like that, guys. Don't do him like that. He wears Crocs around his gaff. Oh, my days. Oh, guys. He pouts when he takes his selfies. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, if nothing else, we all got a good laugh in that stream. We all got a good laugh. What's the Roth Capital joke? If you weren't here for it, Craig Irwin came on to ask questions after doing one of the most obvious pump and dumps that the world has ever seen. So he's trying to tell us that he knows about some battery supplier information that we don't, but he didn't know about a USPS copy and paste email in circulation. Get out of here, man. What's wrong with you? How terrible do you have to be? If that is the truth, he should be ashamed. But either way, whether it's a truth or it's a lie, it's absolutely terrible. It's hilarious. It's beyond a joke. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. That was fun. That was fun. I wish Workhorse always had quarterly earnings so I could just do this every day. Craig, the guy who always has a bit of snot right below his nose. Oh my. Oh. 1 to 2 sentence initial reaction. Long term good, short term not very good. Constipation, Craig. Oh. Alright guys. I think it's time for me to end it off here. So again, I appreciate everybody showing up. Hopefully you guys enjoy that as much as I did. I will have a video going up in literally a few minutes, and then I'll have a Workhorse video coming out in 3 to 4 hours. So keep the eyes peeled, my friends. Thank you all so much for being here and hitting that juicy like button. Hope you have a fantastic day, my friends. I'll speak to you all very, very soon.